It's not the end of the world anymore. It's the start of a whole new one.
We're at the start of everything, and nothing is holding us back.
Can't just let the sanctuary fail after everything that's happened.
We need to build something that's bigger than any one of us.
Man, there ain't no us anymore. Things have changed. The thing is, you changed them, Rick.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and analyzing the Dystopia Utopia promo trailer for Season 9 of The Walking Dead. This is the third promo for Season 9, feel free to check out the other ones afterwards as well, but I've actually been the most excited to discuss this one, so major warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to the Season 8 finale, and let's jump right into this. This trailer starts out with Rick walking out on the porch as Judith appears to be painting with Michonne. As I said in the previous trailer breakdown, we'll be getting a bunch of uplifting scenes to kick off Season 9, as they're actually in a peaceful era currently. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've seen them this settled in and at peace since the time skip that led us into Season 4 back at the prison. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the dialogue in this trailer. We start with, I think, Aaron, who says that it's not the end of the world anymore, it's the start of a whole new one. This is in regards to the success that they've had over the time skip, along with the peace and relaxation between the communities that we were just discussing. Michonne says we're at the start of everything and nothing is holding us back, followed by Rick stating that we can't just let the sanctuary fail after everything that's happened. So although Negan has been taken down, there's still many people who apparently would prefer him to be in charge, and if I could take a guess, it's either some of the saviors who are reaping all of the benefits of Negan's luxuries, or just brainwashed civilians who were manipulated into believing that living under Negan's fear was the safest route. We've seen in trailers that people have put "Saviors save us, we are still Negan" writ up on the walls of the sanctuary, and that's a clear example of these people trying to get their message out somehow. So yes, at the end of the last season they took down the big bad man along with some of his major right-hand men, but there's still a ton of grunts who just need to be proven that Rick's way of fair, equal living between all the communities is indeed the most peaceful and humane and safest way to go about things, as if that's not already obvious, considering that all of the communities should have to watch each other's backs, and that's actually an issue that occurred in the comics because the Sanctuary didn't feel bothered enough to help out when Alexandria was in dire need of help for one reason or another, so they just turned a cold shoulder and ignored them. I'm bringing this up because in the show this may end up happening as a result of them not being able to come eye to eye during the first half of Season 9. Petty fights between the saviors and people like Daryl, Carol, and Henry will most likely result in some sort of uprising in the sanctuary where they eventually become sick and tired of Rick's jointed communities and revolt in some way, whether that just be by them turning a cold shoulder like how I just explained, or if they'll eventually grow strong enough to plan an organized attack of some sort. Now, I'm not saying that the saviors will break Negan out or anything, although that'd be funny to see an attempt of. It seems as though living alongside the saviors from the sanctuary after All Out War will be the main conflict during the beginning of Season 9. This actually leads into the next piece of dialogue, which focuses on Michonne saying that we need to build something that's bigger than any one of us. This is probably in regards to all of the jointed communities and how they need to think of the bigger picture, but then we get a response from Daryl as he says, "Man, there ain't no us anymore." I've talked about this previously, but Daryl seems to be annoyed this season at the fact that he has to live as an equal alongside the saviors, and that he can't just go and do whatever he wants like at the beginning of the apocalypse because now there are rules. And then finally, the trailer ends with Rick saying things have changed, as Daryl responds by saying, "Thing is, you changed them, Rick." Now, I originally thought that this conversation might be in that same tent that they end up arguing in at the camp, but after taking a closer look, those are definitely the windows to the sanctuary building, so they're probably on a balcony looking down on the main room. This would make sense as they're most likely talking about how Rick has changed most of the saviors into becoming productive members of society. Moving on, I wanted to discuss something crazy that I just noticed from this trailer. So we've previously seen clips of Tara using binoculars trailers before, no big deal, but these new clips reveal that she's on top of some sort of lookout tower scoping out a horde of zombies, or rather could that be the Whispers? Now, since some people don't want to be spoiled with comic book material, as everything usually ends up getting remixed into the show one way or another, I'm planning on actually creating a separate video about Tara in the next week or so to further explain the situation as I jump into the comics for examples. But will Tara possibly get the Father Gabriel death from the comics? Considering that we saw what appeared to be a tribute of it in season 8, I thought that they wouldn't use it anymore, but this actually looks like a perfect setup for Tara to take the Father Gabriel death from the comics, so we'll just have to wait and see. Next up, I wanted to quickly discuss a clip of Rick in some sort of dirt hole, deking a zombie that's falling on top of him. I have no clue what situation Rick is in, well, obviously running from a zombie, but considering he might die in 6 episodes, we know he's leaving the show as a fact. Of course, we're going to be on the edge of our seats whenever we see him in danger in any way, shape, or form. So we can see that there are some tree roots coming out of the ground, but that's about it. Is this hole natural? Is this somewhere that they're doing construction, or could this possibly be like a quarry that they've made to take dirt out of for somewhere else? Finally, I wanted to talk about the scene of Michonne walking away from a bloody baseball bat. No, it doesn't appear to be Lucille, as there isn't any barbed wire around it, but Michonne is walking away from it in the rain in such a way that it makes it seem like something emotional with her just happened there, and this is maybe the end of the scene as she walks away. Now, we've seen Michonne killing zombies with her sword at nighttime, followed by her actually standing there at nighttime looking traumatized with what seems to be a baseball bat. So is this the same situation? Does Michonne, for whatever reason, require to pick up a baseball bat and she uses it to defend herself, but then she ends up getting Lucille flashbacks? It would honestly make more sense if Maggie did this and got Lucille flashbacks or something, considering that her husband was one of the people who died from Lucille, but I guess Michonne was friends with Glenn and Abraham, and she was there that night, and the baseball bat referencing Lucille could just be in reference to Negan in general, so maybe she was just thinking about Negan that day and she was mad at him or something. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, as it really helps me out more than you can imagine. Feel free to subscribe for more Walking Dead content in the near future, and if you'd like to take that extra step in helping support the channel, consider checking out the Patreon too. Also follow me on Twitter too, link to both of those in the description. I'm fairly active on Twitter, even when I'm not posting videos, and I'm always retweeting everything I can involving both The Walking Dead and Better Call Saul. But anyways guys, as always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out!